Hey guys, this is a quick video for anyone who has an I-751 petition to remove conditions pending or who is interested in applying for naturalization. So in the past, there have been policy changes about whether or not you should file the N-400, the citizenship application or application for naturalization, before your I-751 has been fully approved. So the I-751 is for people who are conditional residents through marriage to a US citizen, and you generally want to remove your conditions before you apply for naturalization. But the regulations allow you to apply for naturalization even if your I-751 is still pending. The main problem here is that when you file the I-751 to remove the conditions on your residency, it can take years before they approve the removal of conditions. But the regulations say that 1 year later, 1 year after you file the I-751, if you're still with your US citizen spouse and still living together and still sharing your lives together, you're probably eligible for naturalization. So the question becomes, do I wait until my I-751 gets approved? Or as soon as I'm eligible for naturalization, should I apply for naturalization? And I have some updated news. Recently, we filed an N-400 while my client's I-751 was pending. And just this week, we got a joint interview notice saying, please attend this interview. It's for your I-751 and N-400. In the past, when we've done this, we would only get an N-400 notice. And when you go there, the immigration officer would say things like, okay, I'm gonna transfer your I-751 to my office so I can decide both of these applications. I need evidence that you're still in a good faith marriage, and they would decide both of them. But now USCIS is including the I-751 and N-400 on the same notice. So at the top of the notice, it'll say the purpose of the interview is for the N-400 and I-751. So what does this mean? First of all, at your N-400 interview for your citizenship, you should expect to get the citizenship exam, but the majority of that interview is probably going to be to determine if you're in a good faith marriage. So you should definitely bring your spouse as well, and all of the evidence from the past 3 or more years showing that you guys continue to be in a good faith marriage. And the second thing is, currently, based on all the information I have available to me, I would file the N-400 as soon as you become eligible to file it. If you have an I-751 pending, I wouldn't wait for it to get approved. I would just file the N-400 as soon as you're eligible, assuming everything else looks good. Now, this is not legal advice because I would need to know the specific facts of your situation before I can actually advise you on what to do in your particular situation. But generally speaking, I wouldn't avoid filing the N-400 merely because the I-751 continues to be pending, especially with the processing times we're going to be seeing during the Trump administration. These I-751s, when they're based on marriage, can easily take like 1.5 to 2 years to get approved currently, and I definitely expect those processing times to dramatically increase over the course of the Trump administration's 4 years. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you personally need any assistance with family-based immigration or naturalization, schedule a consultation directly with me. You can find my information in the video description below. If you're interested in learning more about family-based immigration, or you just want to stay on top of Trump's immigration policies, be sure to subscribe. I put out a couple videos each week, and I'll see you guys next week for another video.